Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southwestern Ontario, Canada. And I want to welcome you to my Wednesday YouTube Live. I am just looking here to find me so that I can... Stampin' with Marcy. Whoops. I'm an independent... Whoopsie! I forgot to turn the volume off on my iPad. Yes, thank you so much for joining me, spending a few moments out of your day to join me for some live crafting. Please say hello when you join in. Let me know where you're coming from. I love to hear from you. I love to know where everybody is watching me from in the world. And if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. As well, if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button below as well as the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from me. Before we get started with this adorable bundle, I just want to tell you a couple things. The Kisses and Hugs Paper Pumpkin Kit I've got such a big delay on my iPad here, is in stock now. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can order this fun add-on kit. The number is 160147 and it is $13.75. And this is the kit here, the Hugs and Kisses mini treat boxes. It does not say, oh, I wrote it down, 20 mini treat boxes. So this is the treat boxes here. They had them in stock for demonstrators earlier for some reason. So I jumped on the bandwagon and grabbed mine so that I could show you. So this is the kit, the box created. So the finished size is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 inches. So here it is, super cute. I just tied, I didn't do anything with the little tag. And I did tuck though, come on. I did tuck in because I was at the dollar store on the weekend. So I picked up some fun treats. So I picked up some caramel little heart chocolates. So 2 of them will fit in this little treat box. So I'm sure lots of other yummies or little things would fit in that. So I just wanted to show you guys so that you were aware that if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can now purchase this. And this is while supplies last. So just so you are aware. Isn't that so cute? All right. So then the next thing I just wanted to share is the February Paper Pumpkin Kit is Safari Celebration. So it's a party themed kit. And it's going to create, this thing here does not say how many cards and envelopes. I believe it's somewhere in between 8 and 10 cards. We'll just go with that. Hello, Jeannie. Thank you for sharing. Aren't these boxes so cute? So if you have, not just for Valentine's Day, for goodness sake, no. Kisses and hugs to anybody, a fun little treat. Or if you've got a bridal shower or an anniversary, birthday, anything like that, you could use these fun little treat boxes for. So adorable. Now, I don't even have my Paper Pumpkin kit yet. This morning, it was in Mississauga. Woohoo! FedEx is having some issues. My Paper Pumpkin kit, along with so many others, was in the United States in Memphis since last Thursday, and it wasn't moving. It was supposed to be here Friday, and at Friday at 6, it said that it was, they hadn't updated. It said scheduled delivery was Friday the 21st by 5 p.m. on time, which was funny because it was 6 p.m. when I checked yet again, and no, it wasn't on time because it was now late. So they finally, over the weekend, they FedEx had updated their system. So I checked this morning, and mine was at the sorting facility in Mississauga. So fingers crossed it comes tomorrow. I generally don't go live on Thursdays, but if it comes tomorrow, I will go live with it. If it comes Friday, I will go live with it. So, because I am so very anxious. Hello, Marilyn. Yeah, Jeannie, a lot of people don't have theirs. I'm not sure what FedEx's problem was, but I'm just glad it's moving again. So, yes, all right. I announced this the other day, my nuts and bolts class to go. This closes on Tuesday, February 1st. Oh my gosh, can you believe Tuesday is February 1st, you guys? I don't know where this month has gone. Oh my goodness. But yes, so Tuesday this closes. So the fee for this, if you're local, is $37. That includes the stamp set. If you already have the stamp set, you can substitute it out for any other stamp set of equal value. If you're not local and need me to mail it to you, the cost for that is an additional $15 for priority post with insurance and tracking. And you're going to make 6 cards to each of these 3 designs. So cute. So you'll notice there's not a Valentine's card in here, but you could totally turn one into, because okay, we've got, this is a happy birthday card. This is just a nuts and bolts about you card. So it can be for anything. And then this is you make my heart go beep. Again, could be anything. So yes. So these are the 3 cards you're going to be creating. 6 of them altogether, 2 each of the 3 different designs. And again, this closes on February. I want to get it ordered and out the door because I have my big RA at the end of the month that I want to start focusing on creating for. Getting all my, I have to shoot some videos, type up my PDFs and all that kind of stuff. So today's card is this fun. Hello, AT. Thanks for joining. This fun card here uses the bundle. Now this bundle also comes, I have, this is found on page 12. So here we go on page 12. It's a bundle. It also, in the product offerings, they have frosted bead assortments and the Gumball machine shaker domes. So you can create shaker cards. So I've shown these before. These frosted beads are so cute. And close that lid because we certainly don't want them to go all over the place. So your shaker domes, 10 in a pack. So this is what they look like. So super cute. And there is a top and a bottom. So the wider end here, this is the bottom of your shaker dome. This narrower, that is the top where the fun little lid is going to go on. And you can see here, this is what you are going to die cut out the hole for that. Very, very cute, adorable, fun dies with this. All right. So let's back to the card. All right, so with my card, my colors, we're doing some ink blending because this is all white cardstock that I have used my blending brushes. So my colors are Gray Granite, Coastal Cabana, Polished Pink, and Daffodil Delight. I think I've told you, well, I'm pretty sure I've told you before how much I love that polished pink. It is such a fabulous pink color. I just love it. It's my favorite pink. And with my blends, whoops, that's the gray. We don't have a Coastal Cabana, so the light Bermuda Bay is as close as you're gonna get to a Coastal Cabana. It's a little darker, a little bit different tone, but I'm okay with that. So that is what I colored it with. I stamped them all in the gray granite so that it's a metal looking little gumball machine. And then my gumballs are colored in the 3 different colors, the polished pink, the Daffodil Delight, and then of course the Bermuda Bay. And I covered them with my Wink of Stella. Is the camera gonna pick that up? I don't know, I can't see. It's a delay here on my video, so showing. But yeah, it's so cool having that. Oh, yeah. Kind of, sort of, you can see it, but in person, it's really fun looking. Now, I've stamped and heat embossed my Happy Valentine's Day to get that loudness done so you don't have to listen to that. And it's hard to see, but I die cut using the stitched rectangles, the shape, and then I used the one heart embossing folder from the Dottie Hearts. This is in the annual catalog, the big annual catalog. I just thought, you know, when it was just plain, it needed a little something else behind it. And then I added my gorgeous polished pink open weave ribbon just to add that little bit more pink. And then of course I've finished it off with my iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. So let's get started here. My measurements are all going to be over on my blog post that will go live a little after we are done here. So I've got my grid paper. And I've adjusted my measurements here slightly because from here, this was my original. I found it just maybe a smidge too large. So this is the way I've cut them. Now this layout, I did a card using this layout only with designer series paper for the fall social I did with my girlfriend Diana Gibbs in Arizona. Slightly different, but yeah, so this is the layout. So I thought if I brought that basic white cardstock in a bit, so that the base one here is 4 inches by 5 1/4, I thought, you know what, that'll show more of the Coastal Cabana, and I think I like that better. And then of course my inside piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Now I have already stamped and die cut out, as we have that adorable little die for the gumball machine right here. So I've already stamped and die cut them out also to save some time. And this here, I'm switching my color. For this one here, I used the light Daffodil Delight, and I think I like it a little bit better. This was colored in with a dark Daffodil Delight. I think I like that a smidge better maybe. But I also, just for fun, I wanted to give you guys a visual of the shimmery crystal effects. If you wanted to add that, it makes it look more like a glass. So just so that you could see what that would look like instead of the Wink of Stella. So put that there, and it looks more like a glass jar, right? By covering that all up. So let me just, I'm looking at my iPad to see the image. So yes. A totally different look. If you chose, if you've got this bundle and you chose to go that way, I wanted to show you that it's just as cute, but you do need more drying time for sure. So, all right. I Wink of Stella this one. I haven't done these two yet. All right, so let's get our coloring done here. So first off, we are going to use the polished pink. And then I've got my little hearts here for stamping on. Picking up my ink. Getting rid of a little bit of it and starting off and coming up. Yeah, I did the other stuff as this here is going to take a bit more time. So I thought, well, if I get that other stuff done, I'm not going to take up so much of your day. Now, when you're doing ink blending, if you take a piece of paper to hold, you're not going to get fingerprints in that ink, and you're not going to pick up the ink with your hands and then transfer it to something else. So I want it fairly dark at the bottom, so I'm just going to keep layering it up from down here. And you can go as light or as heavy as you want with your cards. It's all personal preference. I'm going to just flip this around because I want it to be light at the top here. So I'm just going to bring that up so that we can call this area done. So how is anybody watching anything new? All right, so I'm going to say that I like the top of that. I finished Cobra Kai, the 4th season yesterday. So there, that to me looks fairly even with the color up at the top. But I definitely want a deeper pink at the bottom here. I finished Cobra Kai's 4th season yesterday when I was down here working away. Brad and I started last night on Amazon Prime. We started Mr. Mercedes. It's based on a Stephen King book. I read all of the books. Loved that series of books. It was back in 2017 when it was released. All right, I'm thinking that's probably good for that piece there. Let's see here. Yeah, I like that kind of ombre-ish tone. Bring maybe a smidge more up. And then once you get your stamping on the bottom, maybe just a titch. There. Now, before we put this away or start stamping, I want to bring in my insert piece because, as you can see, I have carried on. So I've got the bit of the ink blending at the bottom with the pink hearts. So let's do that. And I don't need to hold this with that piece of Post-it because I'm not ink blending up here. Yeah, so we watched the first episode. I don't know how many seasons there are. There was 3 books or 4 books. Marilyn, you know the series. Oh, now did you watch the show or just read the books? All right. I think that's good. I just want it at the bottom. Okay. So we're gonna move that pink out of the way. I'm gonna bring in my Pierce mat and okay, so let's do, because this doesn't require that many, make sure I'm still in camera view. We're going to just go right across the bottom here. And then just turning that stamp slightly each time so they're not like all exactly the same. There we go. So cute. So that is our inside other than the sentiment. So now let's fill this one up. So as you can see, I've just gone and filled the entire panel with my, you watched it on Prime a year ago or so. Yeah, we're late to the party. How many seasons was there? Hello, Sharon. So I'm just doing the same thing here, filling it in. We started the newest season of Snowpiercer last night as well. That was just the one episode. And we decided, since we had time to watch another episode of something, we, or I should say I went searching. I don't know about your husbands, but my husband gets that controller. And we could spend over an hour of him searching, looking. So last night it was, you know what? I've got the controller. I'm going to go looking. And that's how I found Mr. Mercedes. Was searching, because I remember when it was out, I remember thinking, oh, I want to see that. I loved the books. And hopefully the series does the books justice. I know when they make a movie or a show based on a book, the screenwriters and that take creative license and change things, but sometimes that really drives me crazy when it's a beloved story with characters that you've fallen in love with, and then they go and change it, that sometimes it's nothing like. All right, so there, see how fun that is? Oh, so cute. Oh, I don't remember much anymore either, Marilyn. And my kids don't live at home with us. They're all adults. So, yeah. All right, so we are done with the polished pink. I love the way that looks. Taking that plain piece of white cardstock and turning it into that lovely patterned paper. All right, we are going to flip that over. And next we are going to do the Daffodil Delight. Oh, your son is going through a phase where only you can be the one to put him to bed. That's sweet, although that could be a bit of a sometimes for you, but Last night you hit minus 42, Sharon. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Minus 42? Yikers. No, we are not that cold. We are not that cold at all. Minus 17-ish, I think. We did have a bit colder day, a couple days where it was like minus 24, minus 25, but not too awful long at that temperature. Thank goodness. I couldn't like live like that, Sharon. You are one strong person to live in that cold temperature. Ugh. I was made for summer and flip-flops, although my back is no longer made for flip-flops. I'm at that age where if you don't have support, oh my goodness, your back screams at you for hours afterwards. All right, so then we've got our Daffodil Delight. Move my blending brush out of the way. And our fun little gumballs, they're all going to be Daffodil Delight. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Just fill that up. So cute. The baby's only taking a bottle from me too. Oh no. You don't have two of you, Marilyn. You only have one. Hopefully they change and will let you share the load there when it's bedtimes and that, because that can be tiring for poor mamas. Sharon, your daughter is exactly like me, summertime and sandals. I love spring, but as well, I just really cold. I'm always cold, unless I'm having a hot flash. So, yeah, I would rather the warm weather. I do love sweaters and stuff like that, but you know, I like the warm weather better. I'm just going to put one there. All right, so that piece is done. Now move that to the side, close this one, and we need a new piece of, because I've got that all messy, and I don't want to contaminate my colors, so we are going to get rid of that and then put in a fresh one for our last piece of cardstock. And see, when we go to do this, look at how that just makes that pop. So if you don't have blending brushes, oh, I highly recommend that you add them to your next order. I absolutely love my blending brushes. All right, so then sit underneath this now that I've got that set so nicely. Come on. Yeah, so then this will go here like that. Whoops. So that'll be like that. So just love these colors together. We need this again. Hopefully we don't have any ink on that. You've not been able to enjoy your new snowmobile because it's too cold. Oh goodness, yes, at that temperature, you'd be like Snowpiercer, where they're freezing, the whole world is frozen. Does anybody else watch that show? we didn't watch it at first, but my sister Ann, her and her husband watched it and said, oh, you and Brad would really like it. We're big TV people here, especially in the winter time. In the summer, we're out golfing and walking, gardening, enjoying the outdoors. But in the winter, yeah, hibernation sets in. Okay, I'm just gonna flip this so that I can bring that light Coastal Cabana to the top. So I've got 2 Valentine's cards now, or I will once we're done, ready to go. I give each of my kids a Valentine's. I send them, or drop off, I should say, with some treats. And then my great niece and great nephew, one's in Sarnia, one's up in Gananoque. I like to send them a Valentine's Day card as well as some fun treats. So I have to get my Valentine's creativity really kicked up into high gear here, as next week is February, which, you know, it'll be Valentine's before we know it. So it'll be good to have these already done and on hand. I just keep taking a look to see what I'm thinking of my colors. If my color is deep enough on there, and it's not, I want it a little deeper. Okay, and now bring that up. There we go. I think that, right there, that top right corner, when you turn it around, that gets you a better view of the whole image. There we go. That is good. At least for me it is. Now, we've got these little, they're like little Mike and Ikes. So, we are going to fill this up. And I think it's getting time for me to re-ink my pad here. I have to keep going to the edges because of ink blending and all that. You can see on your ink pad, you can see the lightness there, meaning that there's not as much ink in that center area as there is on the outside edges. So that's why I'm taking my stamp here and going to the outside with it. So we're just filling this up just like the other two, only this, when it's just the two of them, it takes a little bit more to kind of fill that in. And let's bring one there and there. Oh, one more in this corner here. And there we go. Now, I want to do a different sentiment on the inside. This one here has, may your day be filled with all the best things. So we've got I choose you, which is I love that. Wishing you the sweetest day ever. So that is the one, wishing you the sweetest day ever. That's the one that I'm going to use. So let's ink that up. There we go. That out of the way. And straighten that up a bit. There we go. So cute. All right, let's close that up. And now we can start assembling. All right, get my silicone craft sheet. I watch other crafters and I can't believe the ones that don't use the silicone craft sheet, and then they get glue on their counter, their tabletop, on their grid paper. The silicone craft sheet is one of my must-have fabulous tools that I use every single time I create a card. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm laying this out so that I can make sure that my placement. All right, so that looks good. So I'm going to start with my biggest first. And my liquid glue, because it gives me a few more moments of adjustment time. So I'm making sure that I am fairly even. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It is handmade, not machine made. And that is part of the beauty and charm of a handmade card. All right, next, so we are going to line it up at the bottom to make sure that we are even at the bottom here, and looking at the distance in between as well. So if you take a moment to line that up first, you're going to be so much happier in the long run with your placement. Just a few seconds of looking at it ahead of time gets you the layout placement that you wanted. Here we go. All right. So we've got our base. We need our bone folder. After Valentine's, I have to get a moving on birthday cards. Although this could be a birthday card, a female birthday card, almost. February is a lot of birthdays in my family, like a lot. We have, the first birthday is the 5th, and I've already sent that card out in the mail. My niece's husband is the 5th. Then there's my nephew is the 19th. Another on the other side is the 20th. The 21st is my son, my oldest. And then the 24th is my niece. Like I said, February is a busy birthday month for us. So I need to make sure I have lots of birthday cards on hand and get them out the door in time. All right, so there is the inside and the that part there. So let's move this, and we are going to take our Stamp and Seal, another tool, a little bit of fluffy from a different ribbon there that I use all the time. I get that lid on there, and my ribbon here to help hold. I use this all the time to help hold my ribbon in place. So we're going to be knotting it, not a bow. I just thought it looked visually better having that ribbon. My fingers are stuck there. And then you can get it placed the way you want. Get my ribbon scissors. There we go. And then my glue dots. All right, so I know I want my knot to be right there at the very edge. So if I put my glue dot there, and then, excuse the fumbling as I get that. Got to get it taut here. Come on, stop popping up. Stick to the craft sheet there. All right, pull that down. Give that a press. So now you can see I've taken my hands off. It is stuck. All right. Okay. There. So we just want a little tail. There we go. So there we have, that's basically centered. Adding that little bit of fun to it. Now our dimensionals. So even though this is candy images, I wouldn't say that this is just for little kids, because I love candy. I love candy, and I have passed that on to my middle child. My husband, Brad, he loves his chocolate. Chocolate is awesome, but I love the sugary candy. I will eat Mike and Ike's and Swedish strawberries, jujubes. Give me all that yummy stuff. All right, so I'm just looking to make sure that I have it fairly straight. And before I push it down, I'm gonna flip it over to make sure that in my eyesight here that looks straight. You don't want it crooked and wonky, so I can give that a press. Now, because I've got 3 colors, the way I laid this out is I moved them around so that the Bermuda is on the pink, then the daffodil is in the middle, and then the polished pink is on that side. So 2 dimensionals per each. Should be loads. And I've colored in my jars with light and dark gray granite blends. Do love my blends. All right, again, we are going to lay this out before we stick it down. And I want the more in the center so that I've got an even amount on either side there. So I'm going to start on this side here. And I think that should be good. There we go. And then this side here. You do the sides first. Once you get that figured out, your distance from either side, that looks about right. So then you just take your middle one and place it right in the middle of those two. That way you get it fairly even. Okay, then my already embossed sentiment. I love embossing on, white embossing on darker colors. It looks so fabulous, I think. Really makes that sentiment pop. So this one I'm using mini dimensionals because it's just a little offcut strip. I don't think it's even a ½ inch. Just one of those strips when you're cutting down your cardstock. Whoops. Save them for some sentiments. All right, so we are going to line that up with the side here. Lift that up to make sure. When I first created this, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. I sent a photo to my sisters. I said, is this too much going on? Because this is not really normal for me, this bright. And a little truth be told, the reason that I placed my rhinestones in that orientation, I got ink on the corners of the clear blocks, and there's a little dab of the Coastal Cabana under this one here, and there's a little dab of the polished pink under that. So I just camouflaged it with the rhinestones, which, hey, works out great. So this time I did a better job of watching when I was inking up, and I didn't get any ink where I didn't want it. So there's our top three. And then I just thought, you know what, it needs a couple more down here, just because they are so awesome. And you can see that whatever color cardstock or that you've got them on top of, they take on that tone. So these two here look more yellowy, this looks more bluey green, and then of course these are pinky. All right, so our finishing touch is Wink of Stella. So we are just going to color all of these candy balls or gumballs with our beautiful sparkly Wink of Stella, covering the whole thing. And then let's do this one. You want to do this as your last thing because it does take a few moments to dry, and you don't want to put your hand in it and smudge it all around. There we go. So much fun and cuteness with this card. Yeah, it's very bright. and happy. A bright, fun, and happy card. All right, so you can see here, my original, basic white layer is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. The one I created with you today is 4 by 5 1/4, and I much prefer the 4 by 5 1/4 with showing the Coastal Cabana background. And then of course we've got different sentiments on the inside, both super adorable. And you could change up these colors to whatever colors you like, you have on hand. If you've got this fun set. But I really like the way these look. So cute. So, so cute. Okay, that is all for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a long video live here with you, so it's a good thing that I did these things ahead of time. Let's zoom in so you can see them that bit better. Look at how adorable they are. I think they turned out really cute. So that is all for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday. If you are, depending on where you're watching, when you're watching, it could be different time zone. It could be another full day ahead if you're in Australia or something like that. But yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will be back with my paper pumpkin whenever that does arrive to do my live unboxing of it right here on YouTube with you. Don't forget to leave me a comment, even if you're watching on the replay. I truly love to hear from you and interact with you in the comments. Don't forget to click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.